Stage 2 of the Volta Algarve, and all about climbing it was. Foya, our destination, 183 kilometres in total, and after the bumps and bruises of the rather technical approach to Portimao yesterday, a change of scene, moving out west to Sagres before heading inland and ending the day on the tallest mountain in the Algarve. Well, a compression of 3 climbs late on was always going to be the major action point. A breakaway were brave enough to take on the day and had a maximum advantage of around about 6 minutes before it started to disintegrate on that trio of climbs at the very end. The peloton itself, more than aware of where they needed to be at the end of the day, which was to have all of their favoured riders with climbing legs up front. One day only then, in yellow, for Sam Bennett. He'll have a sprinting challenge into Tavira on stage 3, but this was all about the mountain men and indeed the puncheurs. Well, the break had its last roll of the dice. Kenny Molly it was that took the second climb of the day, another category 3, to lead us into this trident of difficulty at the very end. Well, on some of the technical descents, Rui Costa, the day's favourite, found that the dusted road surface that had been blown by the wind was to be very treacherous indeed. He ended up at the side of the road, and so that opened up the possibilities for plenty of others to have a go. Elie Gesbert of Team Arkea Samsic was one of those brave enough to take on the test. Kasper Asgreen himself, the Danish champion, had done a lot of work as well. Gesbert's Arkea move here, however, did draw a response. Tucked within the front group, Ineos Grenadiers were lively. Souza and Henao were there, and we were searching for Ethan Hayter. He hadn't panicked. He'd stayed cool within the main body of the peloton, now diminished to around 35 riders, and in the end he was to make the bridge. He got up, Henao was working hard for him, so was Souza, and in the end 3 Ineos Grenadiers was just too much for those around him. Rodriguez from W52 thought he'd had a chance, but Hayter was in charge. It was a display of dominance and great strategy that brought the young man a fabulous victory. Ethan Hayter then, living up to the billing. Favourite before this race started, now winning in the mountains. And he said a little later that all his thoughts had been on the time trial, but the win was very welcome indeed. Hayter victorious then, and into the leader's jersey. Rodrigue in second place ahead of Lastra, Elie Gesbert and Cuervo rounding out the top 5. Super work if you can get it, and Ineos Grenadiers usually do.